2003-40 BC. Our good buddy Thoth, who the universe was very proud of and the founders loved dearly because of all he had done to try to help rehabilitate the Anunnaki races, he caved into pressure, and he orchestrated something we call the Great Deception. Because he was so trusted, he was allowed into the colonies of the Iani, the Ascended Masters groups that had come here. They had come here to use Stargate 6 to open it. It's something called the Halls of Amareya Passage. It's in Stargate 6, runs from Sirius B down into Earth. It's like a passage connected to the main passages. They were going to use it to run enough frequency to override the Nibiru and Diodic crystal grid, where it was coming up in what is now the area of Stonehenge. Thoth was supposed to assist in that process. He was also given Cloister Tour Plate 11. Now these plates are discs. They're small discs that store all of the information that has to do with the race history here, the planetary history, but also the race history that went up further into the higher harmonics. He was supposed to translate verbally, not auditory, not in written form, because there was too much corruption to put it in written form on the planet at then. He was supposed to take collectives of the Anu Melchizedek races, which were half human, half Anunnaki, and he was supposed to teach them the truth, the law of one. He was supposed to teach them the Maharata realities, the inner Christos. He was supposed to begin to teach them these things. Another little thing about the Cloister Tour plates, these are frequency holders and transmitters. They can also transmit frequency that activates something else called a signet shield. There were 12 Cloister Tour plates that were created at the same time as 12 signet shields. These look like hubcaps. Okay? They're bigger than the plates. You have the small plate, and then you have a signet shield. The signet shields were given to the angelic human races in 246,000 BC, 246,000 BC. As part of the Emerald Covenant, they're remote activators for the Stargates. Okay? You can't activate the shield without the plate that goes with it. Thoth was entrusted with Plate 11 in order to transmit information to help the Anu Melchizedek races, some of them, the ones that weren't totally corrupt at that point, to go into the light and to start, going into bioregenesis. He made a decision to side with the rest of his families, with the Enki family, and we call it Thoth Enki because that is a particular group. Thoth Enki is the Enki Anunnaki family that crossed with the Zephelium Draconians, which are the ones that created the Zetas. So you can be like Thoth Enki Zeta races. All right. Then there's the Marduk lines that cross with the Omicron Draconians, which are the ones that kind of look like dragons. So there's different families of Anunnaki up there. Thoth caved into the pressure of the thought of a united Anunnaki nation, where all these usually warring factions of Anunnaki, bunches of them were agreeing to come back together, and they were going to create a new paradise, and they were going to take good care of this time matrix, so I guess it was okay to take it over. He betrayed the founders, and he betrayed everyone who had trusted him, and he had, for thousands of years, he had worked the Emerald Covenant and done tremendous things for the races, so he was very well loved. But he himself came in to the Iani colonies. The Iani colonies were on what was the remainder of the Lemurian continent. There wasn't much left of the Lemurian continent after it was destroyed in 50,000 BC, but there were some island nations left. The Iani colony was put on the area where the activator site for Stargate 12 was. Not the gate, but the activator site, the Q site, which are even more important than the sites themselves because you can't activate the site unless you activate the activator site first, Q site. This area is now Kauai, Hawaii. They put the colony there because they needed to activate Gate 12 activator site and connect it to the Halls of Amareya, D6 Stargate, to run enough frequency through to break the Nibiru and Diodic crystal grid link. And that's what they were trying to do. Thoth came in and handpicked a few Anu Melchizedek priests, got them in because he was trusted, got them into